Hello everyone, welcome to Theme Girl. If you can't tell, I'm particularly excited for this video because in this video I'm going to be showcasing the upcoming release for our SmartSMTP plugin. This plugin aims to solve all of your WordPress email delivery issues. You no longer have to worry about them. The major reason we are also creating this plugin is to better support our form builder plugin, Everest Forms, and our membership plugin, user registration and membership, which both of them heavily rely on emails. So this plugin will work as a substitute, making sure their email delivery is good, but of course it is not just limited to those products. You can use this site-wide for every other outgoing emails within your WordPress site. And also I am very ecstatic about this because I've been in the forefront of this development. I've been sitting down with the development team, making sure you get an amazing version of this product. Of course, there's going to be more updates upcoming. So far, we have a primary connection and we also have a fallback connection support. You know what? I'm not even going to spoil it. Just continue with the video. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, drop a like, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and I guess let's get started. Right, so boys and girls, here we are within the computer screen. Let's go ahead and let's install the SmartSMTP plugin. So I'm gonna go within plugins, click on add new plugin and search for SmartSMTP without a space. And also keep one thing in mind, the latest version of the plugin has not yet been released. It will be released alongside this video, so just letting you know. And simply click on install now right here. Once installed, click on activate and the plugin should be activated for you. Okay, so there it is. I've installed the latest version of this plugin and this video that you're watching right now will be placed here. And also the version name is going to be version 1.1, I think. So yeah, just letting you know, just clearing things up. Anyways, this is the new dashboard for our plugin. Keeping things really simple here. You've got a video that shows you how to navigate the plugin. And after that, if you go here within my connections, you've got a primary connection, a fallback connection, and we're also bringing in additional connections in the future. This one's coming soon. But anyways, you've got a primary connection here, and for any reason, if your primary connection fails and you're someone who really cares about your email delivery, then you can also set up a fallback connection, which in case the primary fails, there'll be a fallback connection which will try to send out your email. Now, right out the box, we support Brevo and Google Workspace emails. Now, these are just for your ease. You can go ahead, you can choose other SMTP and you can set up any SMTP connection that you would want, whether it's from Hostinger or any other hosting that you may have, literally anything. All you'd have to do is get your SMTP host, the sort of encryption that they're using, their port, and you'll be good to go. Anyways, let's dive into our primary connection first. So in this video, I'm going to choose other SMTP. I'm going to use one of my Hostinger mailboxes. So I'm going to show you how to set these up. First of all, let's go ahead and let's use the email address that I want to use. Now, you've got two different options here, force from email and set return path to match the from email. So what the force from email option does is, suppose you have a plugin which is trying to send an email via a different alias like hello@techgrill.co. Now that's an entirely different email address compared to what we're setting up an email address for. Now if you click on force email address, then the email address that is sending the mail will be changed to info@techgrill.co. Now if you know what you're doing, you can leave this unchecked, but if you don't, then I recommend you turn this on. Now set return path to match the from email. Now if for whatever reason the person your website is trying to send an email to has an invalid email, then the email will bounce back to this from name. So that's all it does. You can turn this on as well. From name, let's just say Sid. And you also have the option to force the from name. Now reply to email address. A lot of people might want to send an email, suppose for their WooCommerce store, via noreply@store.com, right? And if anyone tries to reply to that email, maybe you want to send it to something like hello@yourstorename.com or something. So you can set a reply to email here as well. Now your SMTP host. Now this information, you're gonna have to get this from your SMTP provider or your mailbox provider. For me, I'm going to use Hostinger. So if I type in Hostinger SMTP email settings, then here you'll be able to see we've got this SMTP host right here, smtp.hostinger.com. Let me go ahead and copy this. Now you can choose the type of encryption that you want. So you could use TLS, you could use SSL, depending on your mailbox. I'm using TLS. And now if you click on SMTP authentication, then here you'll have to put in your login credentials. So I'm just going to put in mine, and there it is. I pressed enter, my information has been saved, and yeah, we're all good to go. Now let's click on save connection settings first, just to be sure that the settings have been saved. Let's go ahead and let's make this active. And keep in mind, once you've activated this other SMTP setting, make sure to save it once again, else the settings will not be saved. So there it is, our primary connection using Hostinger's SMTP, other SMTP setting has been enabled. Now let's go ahead and let's test this connection. You can simply go here within test mail option, and from in here you can choose your primary connection. You can see whether or not this connection is properly sending out your mails. And I'm going to send this email to one of my accounts or one of my email accounts. You also have an option to send out HTML formatted messages, so just letting you know. Now let's click on send the test email. And there it is, our message has been sent successfully. Let me go ahead and open my email inbox. And there it is, we have an email. Congrats, test email was sent successfully. Thank you for trying out SmartSMTP. We're on a mission to blah blah blah. Anyways. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, our settings have been set up properly and this is working just fine. Now for 60 to 70% of the users, this is all you'll have to do to set up your SMTP so that your emails get delivered properly. You can see currently the email that I showed you did not end up in spam. It ended up right into my Gmail inbox. So if you are a general user, then this is all you would need. Now, if you really care about your email delivery and you want to set up a fallback connection, then let's talk about our fallback connection now. So you may set up a fallback connection if you need. It is totally optional. This connection will trigger if the primary connection fails for any reason. Now, I've had these issues where I set up a SMTP connection for a mailbox like info@domainname.com, and sometimes I'll just change the password because I forgot, or it's been a while since I haven't changed my password, so I changed the password and I forget to change it on my site. Like you see here, I have to authenticate my account using the credentials sometimes, and it's super important to update these credentials time and again, else your emails are not going to be sent. So in these scenarios where your mailbox might be failing for whatever reason, your host might have limited something within your mailbox. Like there could be a variety of different reasons why your mailbox could fail sometimes. And if you're running like a WooCommerce store, if you have anything that is very email sensitive, email heavy, then having a fallback connection is super necessary. Seeing that need, we brought the fallback connection in here. So let's go ahead, let's enable the fallback connection. Now for your fallback connection as well, you can choose Bravo, Google, other SMTP. Now you might be wondering what the default SMTP is. This is really nothing much. This is the default PHP mailer where we'll just send a from email address and a from name in the header. That is all it is. Now for this one as well, I'm going to set up a different account that I have. Let's activate this connection as well. And let me type in my webmail. These are all test webmails, by the way. I'm going to force this and I'm going to set a return path to match from the email, and I'll show you what this option does in just a bit. Now this one as well, Sid, force the from name, reply to email address. I'm going to leave it the same as before. SMTP host is smtp.hostinger.com for me. It could be different for you, whichever mailbox it is. Choose whichever mailbox you're using, just Google it up, you'll find it. Let's enable SMTP authentication here, and let's type in our login credentials. Now I'm going to put in my login credentials for the account, and there it is. Let me click on save connection settings. The connection has been activated as well. There it is, you can see the connection is active. Let's go ahead and let's test our fallback connection as well. Back within our test email, you can choose the fallback connection to test and click on send test email. And there it is, it has been sent successfully. Now, if I open my Gmail inbox once again, here you can see I have a new email from Sid with 3 Ds. You can see here our fallback connection is working just fine as well. You can see the name. Now let's see the fallback connection in action. Suppose I go back within my primary connection here and I mess up a setting. Suppose I changed my password for whatever reason. For now, I'm just gonna remove this P from my SMTP host so that my connection settings are invalid. I'm just going to save this connection setting, right? But you can suppose that, I changed my password or for some reason my mailbox failed, and let me install a plugin. I'm installing Everest Forms here. This is one of our form builders, one of the best form builders out there on the market, highly underrated. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I'll leave some helpful links down in the description. And yeah, let's install this plugin. Now this plugin has a test email feature. So I'm going to go within settings, email, and here you can see I can send test emails. Now again, I'm going to type out my Gmail here and I'm going to click on send the test email. And there it is, test email was sent successfully. Please check your inbox to make sure it is delivered. Now by default, SmartSMTP will make sure to route this email via your primary connection. But if for whatever reason your primary connection fails, like I changed with the mailbox or whatever, like I have in this case, I have purposefully messed up the SMTP host, so my primary connection currently is invalid. Now, if I go here within my mail logs, you'll see something happen. You'll see that the Everest Forms test email was failed. So instead, the fallback was triggered right here. If I click on view, then you'll see that this right here is the email. And if you want to know for which this fallback was, then you can simply click on this fallback link right here and you'll see this is the mail log that had failed. So fallback had to be triggered. There it is. And this is how your fallback connection would work. Now let me go ahead. Let me show you the email. So there it is. Our email has been received successfully via Everest Forms, and you can see this right here is the fallback email address that I had used. And so that is how your primary connection and your fallback connection would work. We've got a test email feature. You can test both these connections. You've got your mail log feature to really track which emails have been sent, which email failed, etc. And okay, I think I almost forgot one thing. This set return path to match the from email. What this thing does is, let me show you. So if this option has been turned on, then you'll get an email like this in case the receiver's email is invalid. So I tested this email called bbb@bb.com. Obviously, this is an invalid email. And just to let you know that, hey, this email was invalid, if you turn on that option, you'll get an email back to your from email, like this email right here, saying, I'm sorry to inform you that your message could not be delivered to one or more recipients. It is attached below, and you'll see everything as to which email recipient did not get the email. And yeah, if there's any sort of typo, etc., then you can resend that email. And yeah, within our email logs, I also plan to bring like a resend email feature where you can, edit the recipient's email or something. And within our mail logs, we also have this sorting, filtering option. Now, in the upcoming releases of this plugin, I want to have a notification system where if a fallback has been triggered, it will show you, hey, your fallback has been triggered. Maybe you want to monitor your primary connection or something. And I also want to make it so our SmartSMTP plugin is really well connected with our other products like user registration and membership, Everest Forms, Mastery LMS. So yeah, and here it seems we're still using the old branding of our URM plugin. We need to change this as well. So there's still a few changes I want to make to this plugin, and after that, the plugin will be live. If you're watching this video, it's already live, so I'm just letting you know, and I suppose that's about it for this video. So I hope you guys found that video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. If you've got any feature requests for this plugin, leave them all down in the comments below. I'll make sure to read through all of them. I'll make sure to reply to your comments. I reply to every single comment on this channel. Just letting you know. Anyways, I guess that's about it for this video. I'm Sid, and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. Bye-bye.